It's Saturday, June 8th. The bike is done for this year. My little racing moped. I want to report what I've done and how she's running. This has got to be the fastest iteration of the bike that I've had so far. It's running 52.5 millimeter cylinder, 52.5 millimeter piston or crank, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And this pipe is phenomenal. And it's just the same color as the bike, which is, it's great. Now this year what I've done to for a few changes, of course, has been the pipe, but another thing I've done is I've taken the reed cage, and if you've seen my Boyce and Reed videos, I've taken the reeds and the Boyce and Reeds and the reed cage and filed the reed cage down to where it's totally plain smooth. Doesn't that look nice? It looks, I thought that pipe would make it kind of look Filipino, or you know, too much bling. And a friend of mine in Hawaii said, if you say going Filipino, if you've ever seen their bikes and their trucks and their vehicles in the Philippines, this is out of total respect, they have the most exciting, blinged out rides that I've ever seen in the world. Americans can't even get close to Filipino rides. So that's when I say when I'm going too Filipino, it means that it's getting way too showy. But this is worked out. This is worked out for an American. It's not too showy. I imagine in the Philippines they would this would just be a plain Jane. This wouldn't be anything compared to what they were doing. I have the Kickstarter coming out a little bit. I'm running a Sudco carburetor, racing carburetor, Pirelli tires, special shocks, which are nice. Another thing I've done for the shocks from last year, which has really helped me, is that I've added an inch. They call it what is it? They call it millimeters because it comes from Canada. It's a little tiny plate that goes underneath the shock right here. I'll show you. It's right here. This is a little tiny shock extender, and what it does is it raises the body a little bit, and what that does is it keeps the skirt from hitting the air horn right here, or air bell, or whatever you want to call it. It also, if you're running a pipe that is curved like this, the curved pipe with the stock shock would hit right underneath here, and what it would do is it would crack this piece out. But with the inch raise on the back, the bike is kind of sitting like this, just a little bit. It's a little bit pimped out. Well, I guess you could call that. At my age, it really doesn't matter. I'm running 250 degrees, which is a little hot, so what I'm going to do, it should be, on a water-cooled bike, you should be running, at idle it should be between 180 and 200 degrees. I don't know what that is in Celsius because we don't use Celsius. Under pressure or under full throttle, the bike will go anywhere between 250 and 3, usually 2 to 275 up here, and then at idle it'll drop back down again to 180. If it stays hotter than that, then you've got a problem either with you've got a water leak, or you've got a bearing problem, or something like that. And of course the water runs through the pipes underneath the bike, and they come up and they go through the radiator. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a radiator right here. Now what I'm going to do is take the panel off here. And remember, this bike, I bought it brand new in 1993. All these plastics are over 20 years old, which means they're in good shape because I've repainted them a million times, but they have shrunk and they have warped due to the fact of their age. I would love to get new plastics, I've said in my earlier videos, but a complete set of plastics which consists of front panel, the glove box panel, the under glove box panel, the seat rest, this battery cover, and 2 side skirts. It'd probably be close to $600, and that's just, I mean, that's just getting totally fucking raped. Excuse my French. Anyway, the bike's running good. I raced a Camaro today. I got a good compliment from a couple of young guys in their 20s that they eventually won, but to get their respect for a moped, them stopping and saying, "Man, you got a totally powerful bike there," and they want to know what it was, then that's a sign of respect, and so I feel happy. Now I'm going to get some more castle nuts here. These are head nuts. I took the nuts off of here and I put them onto the pipe. That looks totally rad, doesn't it? Doesn't that look cool? Those spike nuts. You can get the spike nuts on eBay, but you can't get them in metric. So I'm going to have to call Steve at VT Cycles and see what I can get. Oh, also I attached my Stage 6. It's up on there backwards, but this is Stage 6. What do they call it? A clutch? No, what do they call it? A carburetor choke. If you pull on this right here, well, it's not fully adjusted, but that gives you your choke on, and that's the choke off right there. And I have to adjust it. But that saves me from going down and playing around with the wire down it right in here. Okay, that's the bike for the 2013 racing system. I hope you like it. Racing season. Okay.